I'm in the show. We're live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Pew lovers. We've got a good one for you tonight. I think you're all going to be very happy. Hey!
Just got back from trying to find that satellite or balloon or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, like what I'm seeing though. Here's what's weird though is that one that I'm seeing that they might have shot one down over Montana. That would have to be a different one because the first one was tracking over Kentucky right now or something like that. So
it's really close to us over here in Tennessee at this point. So, geez, these Chinese be flexing right now, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
World War III coming up hot.
We're getting about time to go. Like like we're getting closer and closer and closer.
Trent said this is the second one coming down from Canada.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of what I figured. Is it had to be a different one. So.
What a shame! What a shame! We have fallen pretty dang far, bro. This is. Ugh.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, is what it is. I mean, it's that we're just letting it happen too. That's the thing that bothers me the most.
Same
is
here.
That we are just letting it happen. We're just letting it happen.
Oh
too.
shit! Sorry, trying to share
trying
this
to share
real quick. Guys, if you don't mind, if you're already tuned in, we got a couple. Nick, Trent, how y'all doing? Give us a share around. We're going to start doing these lives more on YouTube if they stay friendly enough, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, let's share this puppy. There we go. Live with at Libertyville. So I don't know if you can hear this right now.
The potential for debris and the impact on
Do you hear that?
On the ground.
A little bit, but not much.
Okay. So now look at this. Look at this title now. It says Team Biden just monitoring communist Chinese spy balloon. That's the first time I've seen communists thrown in there. This might all be a front just to like generate steam for a war with China.
Well, the other thing is I could also see them using this as like some type of look at us, we're being strong on China. Like we wanted to be safe, and then once we knew what it was, we fucked them all up. Like, look at how great we are. I mean, that's the problem. That's the ultimate problem is that I could see it 100% being all a setup. Look at us, look at how great we are, believe it, and then I could also see it being a legitimate threat as well.
Yep.
Like, I wouldn't put anything past any of them. That's the ultimate problem is that you could tell me, like, the truth could come out of what it is, and it's all going to be believable, no matter how ridiculous it is.
Yeah, it's just the fact that this thing is floating above our airspace right now and not been shot down just shows where we're at. Like it's
and they knew about it. They've known about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been over our airspace for days, and nothing has happened.
And we just found out about it yesterday, basically. And so this thing has been floating around for almost a week now.
Yeah, because they saw it coming down from Canada, basically the same path. Now, like, we're hearing about the second one now, but the first one took the same path pretty much.
And so there's now, like the video you sent, looks like one's been shot down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would have been the second one that we were tracking coming down from Canada. Yes, I think it was yesterday. So.
By the way, good evening, Nick. If I didn't say hi to you, sorry, buddy. I wasn't trying to ignore you there. What a dick I am. Jesus. Trent, we underestimate China constantly. They have us on almost everything besides subs. Yeah, dude. they've been preparing for this moment for a long time.
I mean, China has 100-year plan.
Oh yeah.
Like that, we don't. That should tell you all you need to know right there. I mean, I had a secured intel briefing a few weeks ago, and some of the shit that they have, and it's like, okay, well, what are we going to do about it? That's like, cool. We know that they have all this, but what are we going to do about it?
There's people saying that the video in Montana is not real. Governor of Montana says he is aware of an explosion in the sky, despite U.S. officials reportedly telling Fox News that the video is not real.
Huh. See, so which is it? That's what I'm saying. Like,
lights back here.
Like, I'd believe either one. That's the problem. It's all believable, and none of it is believable. That it's. Oh man.
All good. I'm driving anyways and just listening in. I appreciate that, brother. Glad to have a couple people in here. Looks like Trent's been in here. You and Nick from the beginning. Who else is in here? Shows we got a couple more. So.
Yeah, see, it doesn't. It used to show like how many on my side how many we had, but now it seems like it's only on your side.
But yeah, there's just
the dogs listen.
Just insane to think that this is where we're at, man. I just can't get over because in my lifetime, I thought at least a Democrat had enough spine to fucking not do this. Like this is
this is like we all knew they're kind of anti. Or not American. They're anti-American, but like this is next level. I mean,
oh yeah, this is like deliberate, like bowing, like and kneeling to an enemy at this point. And
yeah,
I mean, what I feel like what they're doing right now could be considered an act of war. You know, like
I believe that too. And then, see, here's the thing: the biggest problem that I have with it is, especially over Montana, we have all the nuke silos, and we have all those kinds of things are scattered like all over Montana, the Midwest, and like all these locations that's like, if they're doing surveillance, like where are they going to hit us at to cause the most destruction? Where are they going to hit us with an EMP? Where are they going to take out some critical infrastructure? Like, It ain't that fucking hard. That's the problem. It's not that hard to really put us on our knees, economically speaking.
Especially when you allow them to basically plan it out at will. How they fucking want to do it. Like, even if this is just a satellite imaging, like, I mean, Trent says EMP go buzz. Like, dude, if it was an EMP, what the fuck are we going to do at this point? It's like right here in the center of the country, you know, depending on how powerful whatever it is that they have up there, you know, it looks pretty high tech. So it's insane to think that is floating above our head right now. And they're just like, you guys are going to be all right.
Yeah, see, and that's the other part of it is it's like, well, we can't shoot it down because of potential debris. Okay, fair to a point, but like,
let me risk it, dog.
Exactly. I feel like the risk is worth the reward there because the more intelligence they gather, the more well equipped they are to attack us or to hurt us in some way. Like, okay, I'd rather take a couple of deaths than to take the millions of deaths when they do whatever the hell they're going to do with the information that they're gathering.
Yep.
Like that's the problem. Like that's a strategy of war. There are casualties in war. That's just how it goes. And if you're a freaking general, you shouldn't understand that. You should understand that casualties are part of war. Do we want casualties? No, we don't want casualties. But
do we want our enemies getting our information like this? Like, dude, I'm so like, put
that's
me
worse than the casualties.
Like, fucking crash it over my house. Give me a new house. We'll move. Like, come on.
Oh man, it's ridiculous.
Dude, it's been almost a week. This Canada, fucking talk about them too. Like, goddamn. No, I'm surprised it took this long to get out. Like, as well organized, let's say, the internet is in a way, how quickly information can get out. But if they don't really want you to know for a few days, look at this. So let's say shit's already broke out. We're a few days behind before we actually know.
Yep.
So that's been a really hard pill to swallow these last few days watching this, because I'm literally watching this come closer and closer to Tennessee right now. Like, dude, what the fuck can we do with that thing? It's 50,000 feet up in the air.
Exactly.
I don't have anything capable. None of my homies have anything capable. We don't have a way up there. You know. How high is a helicopter fly?
Definitely not that high.
Right.
I don't know what max altitude is, but I mean, not even near that high.
Bro, it's just like how far we have fallen. That's all I keep thinking.
Yep, me too.
Let's
me
try.
too.
Worked with the dude that had the exact same name. Okay, they're having a conversation here. The crazy part is it has solar panels, but is unguided and doesn't have a form of propulsion. So what does it need for the panels for? Relaying info back doesn't require near that much energy. Solid point.
Yep.
Dude, the EMP thing has had me like tripping out a little bit, because there could be shit inside the balloon itself, right? That you just can't.
I don't know. If it's helium filled, I can't imagine there'd be much in there.
Are they 100% of what they're seeing? You know, so my thing would be, what is that little satellite thing capable of? You know, can that actually do an electronic pulse that's
depends
big
what
enough to take out a decent
electronics are on board. Like, who knows? I mean, that one picture I saw was the clearest one, where you could actually see the panel, the solar panels, and all that kind of stuff. But
maybe it's a fucking death ray.
Man, that's the problem. It could be anything right at this point. Like, it could be anything.
By the way, everybody watching, we appreciate you. Cheers. While this shit is scary, I do have high hopes that maybe we'll get shit reset back on track here soon, because it looks like 2025 is coming a lot quicker than we thought.
Yeah, that general that put that out, I mean, he made some bold statements, but I don't think he's far off.
Do you think that's why they're doing what they're doing right now? Because of what he said?
No. I think that the timing is semi-coincidental. But I also believe, I mean, that's, I don't know, big time, big wigs, they've been preparing for something like this. Like, that's everything that's been talked about since the close of Afghanistan has been fighting a near peer adversary. So Russia, China are the two closest. So that's all the talk has been about, fighting them. What does a war with them look like? What does the future against them look like? 50,000 feet. I don't know. That's like 10 miles.
So you got to max out the bills, and then you got to freaking hold over about 16,000 feet.
I feel like 10 miles is still a little excessive.
And then you got
what's the world record? Is it like four miles or something like, or what was, I can't remember. I just saw it not that long ago. It was like
3 or 4, something like that now.
Yeah, like 3.2 or something like that was the longest shot made. It was like a 28-second time of flight or some shit like that.
You imagine, you like get up, take a piss, and then
listen. Yep.
Depending on how quick you piss.
It was a pretty crazy record, though.
Oh man. So yeah, the balloon is the main topic tonight, guys, but we're going to talk about some other stuff. We'll come back to the balloon. I'm sure there'll be some updates with as quickly as this is going, and we're going to be on here for a little bit tonight. So
yeah, that explosion in Montana was like less than 15 minutes ago that it started coming out. So
yeah, and I've got Newsmax on. I don't know if they're going to give us anything worth watching, but I've got that and then some stuff pulled up on my other screen here. So I'm trying to watch for updates whenever possible. talking about being prepared and all that stuff, have you realized anything over this news of all this that you need to get or get going?
I need to get kit, like full kit. It's not something that I've ever really had. Not because I feel like I didn't need it, but just because I just didn't have it. And now it's like, okay, like that's going to be a lot. There's going to be a heavy importance on shit like that. Because I mean, you need a good offensive weapon. I've got that dialed in, no problems there. But you need some defense as well. You can't go full offense and expect to survive.
Zach said you got a slickster coming.
Yeah, I got that great.
Not that I'm biased or anything towards the slickster, but that's 3 of them back there hanging on the wall.
It was good. Actually, Zach, I got it today. I got it. I mean, I know you know the story, but I got to tell the story on the live. So I got it, and threw it on real fast, see how it fit good, felt good. And my kid comes in, my 8-year-old, he comes in. He's like, well, I want to put it on. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So I put it on him, close the straps, and he goes, yay, I'm ready for school. It's like, you don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
But the fact that you don't is what makes this even funnier.
2025 school, baby.
Yeah, right? Exactly. School in Detroit or something, maybe.
If it could, you could sell it. Oh yeah, if a 6mm arc would reach 50,000 feet, those would be flying off the shelf right now.
Yeah, I don't even have them to sell yet, but yeah, they would be.
They're at least smart enough to not fly that thing at a low enough altitude that it would get shot, because there's some pretty serious areas that they went across that I think would have taken the opportunity.
Well, and that's what's crazy. I mean, it's just a weather balloon, and I think that's about average weather balloon height.
Put a couple 50 cals through it.
Yeah. And they definitely could shoot it down. Like there's no doubt they could shoot it down easily.
Mm-hmm. It'd take a little bit, but I think it's possible.
You throw an F-22 up to 35,000 feet, launch a missile at it, you're done. Like that's it.
Yeah. I'm talking about from the ground though.
Oh yeah, there's no way. There's no weapon that you could shoot that thing with.
So it would have to be within, because what's a mile? 5,200 feet, 5,280, something like that. Yep. So 20,000 with a really good sniper, but I think shooting straight up, you're like, we're going to get
you need like 40,000 with a good sniper.
Come with this 40,000, China.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no way. If it was down lower, I mean, you could take a helicopter up to probably 8,000 or 10,000, and then if it was low enough, shoot from there. But
just one well-placed potato gun, potato launcher.
Oh man,
that's when you need them right now, dude. I tell you straight up though, if I knock that fucker out of the sky, I'm holding that bitch ransom.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'm not giving it to nobody without a fight. Like, yeah, you come up with all your crew, but we already, at that point, if we had enough ability to knock it out of the sky, we had enough ability to protect it.
Yep. You want it, you have to pay me $1 billion.
Imagine the shitstorm that would cause if a bunch of fucking just rednecks in the Midwest just fucking knocked the balloon out, and then now they're not giving the balloon to the government. They're like, nah, y'all took too long. We got to China.
That's the thing. Parts of this country, that would happen. That would definitely happen.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, I'm telling you, people are just itching, man. I mean, you mentioned Red Dawn. I think we get to live this shit out, dude, unfortunately.
I think
we're all going to be in a situation where we're not living a comfortable day-to-day here pretty soon. Pretty soon could be anywhere from tomorrow to the next election is kind of what my time frame is.
Yeah, I'm thinking within 2 to 3 years, on the long side,
Yeah,
that we're at that point.
it's never been like this. It's never been. It's not even the people divided. It's our fucking government against us and helping, just fucking making us vulnerable. And
Well, but that's the biggest part of it. I mean, there is the division, and that's where we're so divided that we can't be united against the enemy, which is the
yeah,
government.
yeah,
That's the problem. I mean, you have people in this country that hate this country. They hate the country that they live in. They hate and it's not like, oh, I don't like this one part, or I don't like that these things happen. Like, because I feel that way about things. There are things that happen that I don't like or I don't agree with, but that doesn't mean I hate this country as a whole. I love this country. I hate most of our government, and I hate some people that are out there, but I don't hate this country.
nope. No, but I very much hate who's in charge of this country right now.
Yeah.
Look on TV right now. Please let the Chinese spy balloon fly over Tennessee. A well-placed 7mm will knock that puppy out of the sky. I'm telling you, dude. Everybody's just like, man, if I had something. You think my Ruger 10700 would hit that thing?
My Ruger 1022.
Yeah, dude. Fucking bounce around, dude. That's why they named the fighter pilot jet the F-22.
That's not true at all.
After the most dangerous round out there.
That's not true at all.
It is, dude, man. Look it up. As I change it on Wikipedia real quick.
Oh shit, that's good.
Well, I guess technically a 90mm could reach it, but it would be a stretch.
10 times the size means 10 times the distance.
Do what?
I learned that in my ballistics class.
What was that?
10 times the diameter of the bullet means 10 times the distance you can shoot it.
So a 60mm
could go 10 times further than a 6mm. That's simple ballistics.
Works for me. How do you do that into a holdover? Big brain.
I don't know. That's not even close to being right.
You had me going for a second. I was listening to your expertise over here.
See, that's the thing. You just got to make people think you have expertise.
Fake it till you make it, dog. Fake it.
God, no. I mean, I'm sure there's some like artillery shells that are like the 105s or something like that. Like I don't know what the range is on those. But here's the difference with those though too is you're not shooting straight up is also completely different than, lobbing something over a distance.
Right.
So that's completely different set of ballistics needed to make that happen.
I never did post this on Facebook. Hang on. Liberty Bell.
Yeah, Trent, you just got to believe your own lies, and then everybody won't be able to tell that it's a lie, and then you're good to go.
Oh. There we go. All right. Let's see if there's any updates on this bad boy. Yeah, so the governor is confirming that he's heard the explosion, or at least reports of the explosion, while the U.S. government is saying that this didn't happen.
Yeah, see, so which is it? Is the governor getting bad intel, or is
that is clearly something.
Bad intel,
Let me see if this will show up.
Yeah, I've seen the video. That's the problem. Anything can be faked and anything cannot be faked.
It don't look very fucking fake. If they fake that, that's a well done fake. Now here's my thing. Hear me out on my Zach, actually, real quick, off topic. What is the battery life of your katanas? I have not found that out yet. Right now, y'all, I am rocking my second version, or actually the second of the Cameron's battery pack. So this is a 3D printed battery pack, has a cable permanently mounted inside. So I've been kind of rocking the cable mostly, but I have yet to run out of a battery, if that helps you. I've been using the same battery for like 2 years and still haven't ran them down. They were really good in the RNVGs as well. If you can't blind them with brilliance, baffle them with BS. Jay, did we lose you?
I don't know. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Let me remove you and put you back in.
This is what I get for not being hardwired in.
That's all right. I can hear you. No problem.
Yeah, it'll come back in a minute, I'm sure.
Word.
I turned that off already.
But yeah, the katanas are nice, man. Got my individual, do my cool guy stove, put them against the helmet. You know, all the stuff I was born to do here, to go outside and just stare up. Mr. Big Kid in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing? He just put out his review on this bad boy, which I need to go watch.
The Spear.
The Spear. So,
what'd you think of that gun?
I'm actually probably going to put it on layaway.
Really?
Oh,
Liked it that much, huh?
It's pretty nice. So, for basically a souped up AK, or let me say this, a souped up AR-47.
Yeah, I was about to say that's. What do you? Because those are piston driven. How did the piston run? Did you run it suppressed?
I ran it suppressed 99% of the time. So I had over 1,000 rounds through this gun in a period of a couple of weeks. When I gave it to Mr. Big Kid, it was like charred. It looked like it had been through a fire, like how much fucking gas and shit was just caked on it. And he actually cleaned it up pretty dang good. It's cleaner than it's been since it's been in my hands. And he put another, I want to say he said 300 rounds through it. So looks like we lost Jay for a second, guys. He will be back. But yeah, so we are up to 1,300 to 1,500 rounds through this gun currently. So this has been a workhorse, and I do plan on getting it because I would like to get a 5.56 or a 300 blackout upper as well. Airstrofs on stream. Yeah, they're probably going to slap my PP for a lot more stuff since I got shit like oil filter suppressors and shit up on here. Careful. Oh, sorry, just read that one. One big thing, the LT version is designed to handle 7.6239 and all the previous generations of crapola ammo. That is awesome. Because I didn't have a single malfunction with this thing. Steve said he didn't as well, so we put some serious rounds through this gun, and it held up through everything. It's been very impressive. So now I got to go fork up some heavy money. Luckily, I think I can put it on layaway and work with that for a little bit. That is nice. What suppressor you running? So on my video, I did the Sandman. We took the SIG brake off and put my chemo brake and then ran the Sandman. Like, I think I literally had close to 1,100 rounds through that thing. I didn't take an exact count, but I would say 1,050 were shot suppressed. Ran some 30-plus-year-old Russian ammo through that beast. Dude, I mean, I'm telling you, it ate everything. If you guys are looking for a new one, oh, there's Jay. Hang on. It's not very easy to find right now because supposedly they're hard to get, which is another reason I want to get this thing because fuck it, it'd be good trade fodder, worst case scenario. But Yeah, they are solid. Real good gun.
Nice.
OB, I'm bringing the LMT to the shoot, by the way. It works great now, and I want an XPS 3 and G45 magnifier. So if you want to borrow it and torture test it, be my guest. Dude, you better be careful what you tell me.
He'll break it, guaranteed.
I'm the king of breaking shit.
I will say this though: you haven't broke a Freedom rifle yet.
Listen, y'all. Yeah, and we have put some of those through some serious torture too. Like
Yeah.
Jay, if you guys don't know, Liberty Bell makes some great rifles, guys. It's actually pretty outstanding. Yeah, if you want to see a real cool video, go check Mr. Big Kid's Liberty Bell video out because he lit that bitch on fire. He broke my flux. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm telling you, man. That's fucking spacer on that flux, bro. That had us going for a while. That thing was not working, and then all of it just had to kind of be like punched in. Once we got it punched in the right place, everything started working good. Suppressed.
Jeez.
But the flux is fun. Everybody hates on the flux, but that shit was fun. What's that going to do in the next 110 days, 103 days?
Who the fuck knows, man? The whole fiasco is just it just sucks all the way around. It's stupid. It's ridiculous that we even have to have the conversation. But
yep. So that leads us into our next topic, y'all. Braces.
Yeah.
Oh, those pieces of plastic that while your government is refusing to shoot down or maybe just finally shot down a spy balloon, they're going to hold you as a felon for owning a piece of plastic that was approved and legally allowed to be purchased for almost a decade now.
Yeah.
Go.
I mean, it's
that shit.
I don't know what there is to say about it, like, except just because how ridiculous it is. It's almost like unbelievable. You know, like all the things that have gone down with ATF and gun laws and all this type of shit, and the tightening up the screws on the 80% stuff, and now I don't know if a lot of people are tracking on this, so I'm gonna touch on this. Me as an FFL, this was something that I definitely have been privy to. Now, if I as an FFL receive in a frame or a receiver that was an 80% that has been finished by the customer, by the law-abiding citizen who purchased this product and built themselves a AR lower receiver or a Glock frame legally, which you're still able to do. If they bring it to me, because let's say their AR is not working right and they need some work done to it. If that gun comes into my shop, before they can have it back, I have to mark that receiver with a serial number, manufacturer, all that kind of stuff.
It's so messed up.
Before I give them back their legally owned property, I have to add a serial number. I am required by federal law to add a serial number to that gun before they get it back. That's why most Cerakoders won't take in 80% anything anymore.
So I don't like, a setup's coming eventually.
Yeah.
If you try to do the right thing and fucking not comply and do the fucking, the disobedient thing, they're going to fucking eventually get you, so
yeah. Yep.
It's not worth it even just putting it on the fucking table at this point. And
that's the biggest problem. I mean, I did see out a SHOT Show that P80 is refining their product to be compliant or whatever with their, because they said there's something about the way on the Glock frames, the trigger housing, how you can just slide into the back of the frame there. You cut out the couple of small pieces. So they've added material back there where that trigger housing goes in that now has to be removed as part of the process. So it can be, it can fit the unfinished frame rule better. and not be regulated, not to be able to ship without a serial number, all that kind of stuff. So that looks like they're adapting. But again, this is what it boils down to. They're saying, oh, well, it's so easy to complete a P80 frame, and oh, everybody can do it, and criminals can do this, and they'll go shoot up a bunch of people. Well, there's no evidence of that, first of all. But second of all that happens is P80 goes, okay, well, you say that this isn't good enough, so it needs to have this, this, and this. Okay, well, now it has this, this, and this. We're still shipping it to our customers. They're still finishing it themselves. They're still doing the exact same thing that they were doing before.
Yep.
So what has changed? Nothing.
Yep.
Absolutely nothing. Good job, ATF. You saved lives today. Fuck off. No, you didn't. Like, come on.
Yeah. And, I heard today, like, somebody brought up that the brace thing is about the money. And I was like, future money, maybe. But at this point, you've got so many people pissed off, dude. I think that they have ultimately cost themselves any NFA money from a lot of people. Obviously suppressors, we still have to go through it of some sort. But, I think a lot of people are just planning on stocking up instead of worrying about these damn braces and registering. Because when it comes to the register, you can't change it out. It has to stay a brace.
Yep.
And then you have to send a picture of that shit in.
Yep.
And then you have to register that motherfucker.
And then here's the other thing, though. If you come back denied for whatever reason, now it's like you have sent them all the proof that you have something that is illegal. Because that's one thing you have to understand. It's not like, hey, this is going to be illegal. No, it is retroactively illegal. We're just not going to prosecute you. Hey, I know that you committed this crime yesterday, but just trust me that I'm not going to prosecute you for that crime you committed yesterday. Just trust me, okay? I promise you that I won't. Oh, you got denied. Jail for 10 years. Wait, you said you weren't going to prosecute me. Well, I lied. Sorry. Not sorry. Get out of here. Like, come on.
Black Diamond in the house. What's up, boys? A brace ruling is a half-hearted registration scheme, and if history has taught us anything, registration confiscation, demo side every time.
Every time.
Can't say it much better than that, brother. Amen. Caitlin, what's up, girl? How you doing? Carbine Kate, that's right. Got the whole
and Zach makes a good point there. The whole 88-day rule thing. I don't foresee that being a problem necessarily for most people, because I think there is some I will be clear on that. It's not that you send it in and the day that they start your application, they run your background check. And then it's open until the close and your paperwork's approved or disapproved. That time frame starts when they initiate the background check, which most of that stuff is done instantly. I mean, when you go and fill out your 4473, you buy a gun and all that kind of stuff, your background check is done right there on the spot. And typically you have a response within a few minutes.
Yeah.
Some people might, you might get a delay. You might be a day or 2 or 5, or you might be an hour, but their background check that they're doing is done basically the same way. So I don't foresee it being open for 88 days for most people. However, there are people that are going to fall into that category, that for some reason their background check keeps getting delayed, or hey, we need to do more information, or hey, we need to follow up on this more, and then they forget and they don't, and then all this other bullshit, and then boom, denied. Yep. I mean, look at what happened. I won't say who it is, but
we just had a buddy that over the stupidest shit that they knew what the answer was, and they just fucking denied.
And I guess I don't remember if I filled you guys in. I got some more updates from him. So he got denied for his on his suppressor form. He got denied after 259 days it's been. He got a denial because the place of birth on the fingerprint card doesn't match the place of birth on the application. But here's the catch, though, okay? I might get them confused, but on the fingerprint card, it says something about I can't remember what it says. It says South Korea or something like that. But on the application, it says like the People's Republic of Korea.
Right.
But those aren't typed in answers. Those are, you go to a drop down menu and you select the option. And for Korea, South Korea, obviously not North Korea, but for South Korea, those are your only option on the application and on the fingerprint form. So they are the same selection. They just have different words. And whoever it was that was processing this application said, oh, this is a mismatch, denied. So now he has to start the process.
To be like, yes, denial. Yeah.
But now here's he did say something funny because he bought two suppressors at the same time, different forms for each one. So he's like, it'll be funny if my other one comes back approved within the next couple of days. So one got approved,
or an examiner got a different one.
Exactly, and that's where it's like, it's according to them, it's a mismatch, but it's not. They're both Korea. They're both the same option on the drop down. They just have a different name. That's not his fault. That's not his problem. That's not something that he did wrong. That is their system being flawed. That is a flaw in their system, and he is now being punished for it. And that's what was crazy to me. He reached out to me probably been 2 months ago now, and he just asked for some information, and I was like, "What do you need this for?" He's like, "Well, I don't have my suppressors yet." I'm like, "You bought these in like May. What the hell? Like, they're still not approved yet?" And nope.
And so this is an E form, right?
This was an E form, yep.
So bringing back into the braces here, so they say it's not going to affect anything, right?
Oh, it's
like, so conservative. Let's take a guess. Everybody in the comments here too. We got over 10 people in here. How many braces do you think are actually out in circulation? The government, guess was like 10 million?
The government's was 3 million.
Holy fuck. Okay. So before me and Jay give our answer, we want to hear what your guys' guess is. What do you think braces? So that includes the SB Tacticals, the shock waves, the SIG braces, all these, the gear hooks, the fluxes, all these different braces that exist. Cane arms.
Also, keep in mind that all of these rules and these new laws and all this bullshit applies to short barrel shotguns that have, or not short barrel shotguns, but what they're now calling short barrel shotguns that have pistol braces on them, like the Shockwave and stuff like that. Those are all going to be short barrel shotguns now too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you guys are right on money. I mean, so I think it's anywhere between probably 40 and 80 million. Yeah, I think that's a very good guess. I was going to say 40 to 50. I've been saying 40 to 50 all day. 20 million plus Zax Flux, so 20 million. And now the government knows exactly where they are.
Well, I mean, and think about this too. I mean, think about all those MP5s that were imported with the braces, the Century Arms and the whatever the other one was, the PTRs. Yeah. No, were those are American made. There's another one. Whatever. There's another MP5 company that was importing them with braces.
I know who you're talking about. Zenith, right?
Zenith. There we go. Yep. So, I mean, all the ARs that people have built and bought, I mean, I think back to when the buffer tubes, the brace buffer tubes were round. And, you know, you had those rubber ones, you had to like force them on there and they weren't adjustable and all that kind of stuff. Like
even the CAC ones, the blades that are so uncomfortable, those go on a round tube and they got a set screw in them. Like, dude, I've got 3 of those in a freaking box I haven't used in years because they fucking suck. Like, you know, with those things, braces. And he's right. Everyone I know has multiple. Yeah, because and here's what pissed me off. So I'll get to my point here in a second. This is what pisses me off because I'm talking about not complying now, right? I've been very vocal about don't comply. Tell your buddies not to comply. Tell your grandmother not to comply. This is not the fucking time to bow down to this shit. We have an opportunity here to actually make a difference, and you guys better fucking do it because if not, we're going to lose a lot more shit than braces. This is a big test for them. And if we can fucking hold our ground, we can fucking make big waves and actually maybe make progress on our own side and get rid of some of this shit altogether because this is really brought out into the open how ridiculous this stuff is anyway. And if we can fucking keep pushing in the right direction, maybe we can fucking get some stuff to go our way for once. But when it comes to this paperwork, they say it's not going to affect anything. You throw just say 1 million people register, or 1 million braces get registered. What the fuck do you think is going to happen to suppressor and SBR lead times? You know, they're two different things, but they're all part of that, you know, that same feathers to the same bird type of situation. They're going to be pulling people to run these transactions, and this shit is never going to get done. And then they threw in this fucking clause of 120 days or the 80-day denial, all this shit that just stacks up against you if you happen to be one of these people that find yourself in the fucking unlucky situation. Like, what the fuck? Like, so it's like this triple fucking threat of, we got you, bitch. And at this point, it's like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I don't think you do. I'm just not going to fucking do what you say, because are you really going to go after fucking 40 to 80 million brace owners?
See, and that's the other big part of this too, is that they said, okay, e-forms, we're going to be down to 90 days average on e-forms. Great. Awesome. For the first few people that was actually happening, that was, you know, it was kind of going about the 3 to 4 month time frame. So it went live December of 2021. So those people that applied up to about the April time frame, they were kind of getting that into that window. But as you hit April and May and June and on, now those people were waiting 7, 8, 9, 10 months. So, and it's going to continue. I think those are going to continue to go up a little bit. So I don't know if that's because they're just taking their sweet ass time doing it, because it's always been a long process. We know that. But with the e-forms, it seemed like it got really fast for a while there.
Right at the beginning.
So do they not have enough agents, or are they just simply like, I'm hoping that the case is more people are buying suppressors, more people are doing those kinds of things. But now all of a sudden, like you said, you add 1 million people in a matter of 4 months that are going to apply on top of the people that were already buying suppressors and buying SBRs and all that kind of stuff that were going to do it anyway. There's no possible way. You're going to be a 2-year wait time minimum, if not 3 to 4.
And 1 million people is my lowest conservative guess. I'm guessing there will be 5 million plus people that take this opportunity, unfortunately, and get there. Like, there are people I genuinely care about that were like, I'm already on a list, I'm just going to go get it. And I'm like, that's not the fucking point. Like, I don't, you know, the point could never be more clearer than don't fucking do it to me. And some people just really struggle with that. And I don't understand how you cannot see the end game to this and know that it is not about this fucking piece of plastic, because this piece of plastic does not make a single one of our rifles more deadly. You know, and honestly, it fucking, if anything, it makes you a more precision shooter instead of having a shockwave fucking, or a CAC fucking blade that fucking sucks and you don't have any kind of fucking shoulder work, you know, shoulder area to work with. Don't you want us to be a better shooter so accidents don't happen or missed shots happen? Like, the big brain thinking behind their reasoning is just, I couldn't understand it on my worst day. Black Diamond, the balloon invasion. Yeah. So we were talking about that first, and the explosion. That is, yeah. So we were talking about that. Patchy asked about it too. There is possibly 3 balloons, one in Latin America, Trent says. Then we have the one that's getting close to Tennessee right now, and then possibly one that was just shot out of the sky that just came from Canada into Montana. So there's an explosion in Montana right now. That is, we were waiting to kind of have some confirmation on that. If you guys are watching, this is, my fucking lights are all triggered to a sensor that works behind my desk here, because this is my studio desk for YouTube and everything. But I'm just like slightly out of reach. So if I just sit still for like 5 minutes and don't bob my head enough, it fucking shuts off on me. If they really cared, they would go after all those teens with Glock switches. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They don't give a shit. They just wait for them to use them. Like, I mean, nobody in their right mind ordered one of those fuckers. I mean, you knew that was a setup. Using stocks and drilling the third hole. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's the same fucking penalty. Like, why are we not, like, I just better be careful. Gotta be careful. Yes, I mean, like, and that. So I kind of got on a rant there. While people are talking about complying now, you already complied if you use a brace. I thought it was a workaround from the government. I thought I was keeping $200 extra out of the government's pocket each time. So I braced what I could. And now you have them just saying, nah, we actually, going to make that shit illegal. It's like, nah, man, you know what? At this point, I think I've had enough. And I think a lot of people can legitimately go from trying to do the right thing to getting to a point to where they're like, it doesn't matter if we try to do the right thing or jump through these hoops because we're just never going to make the master happy and they're going to keep, making you do this shit. So it's all about control. There's a good reason why we are not looking like a lot of the other countries. My buddy told me and reminded me about this today. It's because of all of us, guys. No matter what they tell you, we are a force to be reckoned with all the hillbillies and gun owners in this country. And it would be a rough one for them to try to come over here. Not saying they couldn't overpower us very easily, but it would be rough because we are, I think we're all fed up. It's a crazy time. Y'all kidding up? Yes. I'm getting used to the weight of my helmet here.
The biggest thing, though, is I want to remind people of this because most people forget this shit. When the NFA was enacted in 1934, it wasn't an attempt because a lot of people are like, oh, the government just wants to get money, so it's just tax money. That's really all it is. It's just a way for them to get their tax money. Just let it happen, whatever. Okay, and I'm sure that there's an element of that. The government wants their tax money. Sure, cool, I get it. It's bullshit, but I get it. In 1934, $200 is equivalent to like a little bit over $5,000 right now with inflation. Now, we get lucky in this day and age because in 1934, they said a tax of $200. They didn't say a tax of X percent. They didn't say a tax of however much. They said $200. $200 is a shit ton of money back then. To us, $200, it's only $200. That's not that big of a deal.
Correct.
Yeah, but when it was passed 100 years ago, it was a very big deal. Yeah. It was a barrier so that only the super rich, that those high class people could have these NFA items. Now it's just accessible to everybody because $200 ain't shit nowadays. So think about that. If they had put it in as a percentage back then, think about how much money you would have to spend to buy a suppressor. Tax-wise,
Yeah, that would be.
That's what I want you to think about. It would be like a 100 to 200% tax. Nobody's going to buy that.
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to fucking buy that.
No, and at that point, do you think companies would have put a lot more effort into getting this shit removed?
I don't know if anybody really would have put effort into getting it removed. But again, this is where in politics, you talk to the right people, you grease the right wheels, you lobby the right politicians, and that's what happens. I mean, that's how these people make millions of dollars on a $200,000 a year salary.
Yep.
It's all rigged. Like the system is rigged against we the people.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh man, fucking braces, man. Who would have thought a fucking piece of plastic would get a lot of us ready to fucking go, and then we're ready to go, and then fucking China's just like trying to float a balloon in while we're all fucking bickering with each other. Hey guys, don't worry. Just it's a weather balloon. We promise. Well, Jay, you got a new rifle coming out.
I do.
What is it?
So this is the first time that I'm going to share any like major details about this. If you were on the email list, I sent out an email on Monday, I think it was, that I shot over the product page because I actually put this on the website now, so that way it's there, and it has a little bit of information about it in the description and stuff like that. But not a whole lot. Again, I'm trying to not give away too much, but for your viewers tonight, I will make a little bit of an exception and show the product that we have coming. Looking for an April 1st release. That's what I'm shooting for. Get it? So it might be a little bit sooner, but you know me. I'm going to test everything heavily before I put it to market. So that's where we're at right now. Huh?
Which we're coming up to help with that here at the end of next month.
At the end of March, so that's going to be exciting. We'll really put this thing through its paces.
Are we going back to Homie's farm?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep. We'll be back at the farm. So, so the new product, I've got it right here, that we are testing right now. It looks.
Yeah, these video qualities never show the true.
Yeah, it looks similar to one of our other rifles. But what's different about this is the goal for this rifle is the long range shooter, but the long range shooter that doesn't want to go dropping, $5,000 here. So I took our Freedom rifle and modified it a little bit, chambering it in 6mm arc, which is Hornady's new cartridge. Newer. I mean, it's been out for a little bit over a year now. 6mm arc, fits in the AR-15 platform. 1,000-yard performance out of this cartridge is what Hornady advertises. I built one last year. Built Dakota's last year. He had a 6mm arc, built that, and we were engaging at 500 yards with that, and it was boring because it was just that easy to take this thing to 500 yards. So I thought, you know what? And his, he wanted some premium products in it and stuff like that. So his was quite a bit more expensive, but I wanted to bring a rifle to market that is more budget minded, but also delivers that high performance as well. So it shares a lot of things from the Freedom rifle. So you've still got a forged upper and lower set, one of our 15-inch rails, still the LaRue triggers, still the Radian Raptor for the charging handle. But what we switched up, the biggest thing we switched up was the stock. Got the PRS Lite. I like the regular Magpul PRS better. However, this thing was like half the price of the PRS. So you still get the cheek riser adjustability and the length of pull adjustability. The difference is that the length of pull adjustability is done with this set screw here. So you loosen the set screw, and then you can pull the stock out. And then there's a set screw down in here. You loosen that, and you can adjust your cheek. So not as easy to adjust, but still adjustable. And again, I think it's like $150 cheaper than the PRS. So it saves you a little bit of money there too.
And what is that? Got an 18-inch barrel?
18-inch 6-arc barrel. And then this one, I've got the Rearden single port brake on it. I like this one. This might be the standard that they come with. I wanted something short because with an 18-inch barrel, you're already getting out there in weight. I mean, this thing with the optic, this thing is like right at 10 pounds. I think it's like 9 pounds, 14 ounces or something like that. So it's already got some weight to it. So I wanted to keep that a little bit shorter. And I like the Rearden stuff anyway. It's good quality stuff. Here's going to be the big thing with this with this gun though, is when you take delivery of this gun, I'm going to use this one as the test, and then we'll base the dope on this rifle. So every rifle that we build is going to be exactly the same. So this will at least get you 99% of the way there. This is going to come with a dope chart out to 1,000 yards. So you get the gun. If you can get one of our optics packages, you get this gun, you go out, zero your gun, and then you have your dope all the way out to 1,000 yards. It takes a lot of that guesswork. I still recommend you confirm it, because that's what you should confirm with your equipment, with your zero, with your weather where you live will be a little bit different than where I'm at potentially. So I still recommend you confirm, but at least that's going to get you, again, 99% of the way there. When you get this gun, you'll be able to take this out to 1,000 yards the first day that you take it out shooting. Here's the big thing, though. The rifle by itself, just the rifle, no optics, anything like that, $1,200. $1,200 for a gun that'll get you out to 1,000 yards.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
And then we'll have optics packages as well, like the Arkin EP5, that's a $500 optics package. So again, you could be $1,700 and have this thing ready to go the day you get it.
Which I need all the help I can get when it comes to those long shots. But no, I'm excited. If you guys didn't see our video, we have one up on YouTube where we went up, and it's been right at a year.
Yeah, it was last January.
So went up. It's actually Indiana, Ohio state line. He's got a buddy, and I'm drawing a blank right now. Your buddy's name. But yeah, he's got an awesome little setup out there. We got to shoot off of his old silo. Got out to 1,000 yards and had a really good time, but it was pretty brutal weather-wise. So we're doing it at the end of March this time. Going to do a bunch of daytime torture testing on these long-range rifles, getting my AR-10 finished up to go take out there as well. Should have my scope on there and everything too, and then we're going to do a little night stuff. So should be a fun time for us up there with you guys, and I know Charles is looking forward to it. I know I am too.
It's going to be a good time. I'm also going to offer rifle cases and stuff like that with foam custom cut out, and we'll have pricing on that as we get a little bit closer to it. And a lot of that will depend. Like I guess I hadn't looked in a while. Those Pelican 1720s, you used to be able to. I think retail on them used to be like $220. Now it's like $330, $340 is retail on them. It's like,
is that the case you're sending me?
No, I got the Storm or the Vault. It's the Pelican Vault V730. I picked that up thinking that it would be a good size for this because it was about $60 cheaper than the 1720. So I was like, well, I'll go that route. But it's 3 inches longer and 3 inches wider than the 1720, and it's just a little bit too big for this rifle. Like that picture I sent you, you could see how much empty space there was in the case.
Yeah.
So I was like, this one's kind of similar to the one that you have, your trunk that you take around everywhere.
Yep.
It's kind of similar in size to that.
Okay. Cool.
So
I can fit multiple rifles. If I don't have any foam in it, I can fit multiple rifles in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I need another one of those for sure. So that works out good.
Yeah, I'm going to try out one of the Condition 1 cases. It's pretty similar to the 1720 as far as features and all that kind of stuff goes. So I'm going to give it a shot, see how good the quality those are. And the crazy part is the retail price on those is cheaper than the dealer price on the 1720s. So
really,
yep.
Yeah, that's not bad.
About $20 or so.
So if everything goes smoothly, the Revolution will be ready by April.
April 1st is the planned launch date. So I did initial accuracy testing. So I did function testing like 3 weeks ago just to make sure everything would run right as far as gas port sizing and stuff like that. And then went out and did accuracy testing last weekend. Had a blast doing that. Took the kids out with me, and Carter was shooting as his first time shooting with an optic. He's kind of struggled a little bit of his eyesight to get behind an actual optic that's not a red dot or a prism, and to be able to get that eye box right and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he shot with a suppressor all day, and he put up a 1.9 inch group at 100 yards. So I'm like, he's 11. That's a pretty good shot.
Take it for sure.
I mean, that's a dome shot at 100 yards. So
oh yeah. 100% dome shot. Both
Yeah,
eyes, actually. 2 inches, man. That's boom and boom.
Yep, I was gonna say he's a pretty decent shot, and I was happy with the group. So I shot. I did some 4-shot groups and some 5-shot groups, and we put about 60 rounds through it. And my worst group was 1.2 inches.
Damn.
So the suppressor, it opened up a little bit. It was closer to 2 inches. The group with the suppressor, but again, still not a bad rig. Could I get it to be more accurate? Yeah. If I were to up the price by $800 and throw a proof research barrel or something like that, and then, yeah, you could get a little bit more accuracy out of it.
Right.
Or if you were to hand load, you could get more accuracy out of it that way too. But my goal for this was to get you, the shooter, out to 1,000 yards with factory ammo the day you get it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the other thing I'm going to do, I was going to originally include it in the price, but finding the ammo through my distributor has been a little bit difficult. Like all the ammo that I bought for testing, I bought from Brownells. So I paid the same price as everybody else for this ammo, for the testing ammo at least. But if I can get it through my distributor, I'm going to offer customers, if they're buying a rifle, I'm going to get them 100 rounds for $100. So it's about $140, $150 on Brownells for $100 or for 100 rounds. So I'll save you about $50 or so. Wow. If it's available through my distributor, whenever you order your rifle, I'm going to do that for you if possible. If it's not possible, it is what it is. Sorry, but
right, yeah. No, but that'd be an awesome gesture if you could do that for sure.
Yeah, that was my original plan, was to have the gun. I was going to sell the gun for $1,300, and it includes 100 rounds of ammo. But given that it's been hard to get through the distributor, not impossible, but it's hit or miss, I didn't want to commit to that and say, sorry, you got no ammo. Like,
a lot of people have been trying to get the 6mm too lately.
Yeah. Yep. And so here's one thing to consider. If you pick up this rifle with this optic, the Arkin EP5, you could be into the rifle, the optic, and a one of the Pelican 1720 cases with the foam custom cutout, and you're $2,000 for all of that.
And you're plinking out that.
I mean, that's me outlining the rifle and the suppressor and the mags and whatever else you want thrown in there, and then cutting it out and have it being all nice and perfect. Not some like hack job, pluck foam type bullshit. Like,
what that optic you got on it, that's the EP5?
This is the EP5, which is a 5-25. This one's a MOA. Yeah, an MOA. That's what I had sitting on the shelf, so that's what I threw on here. So it's a 5-25 by 56, and you can tell with that mount, that 56mm, it does clear the rail just fine. So what did we have on the rifle that we took up the silo last time? That was the SH4. So that was their step down from this.
Okay, so we should be able to see that 1,000-yard shot easier then.
Yep.
Nice. And that's what I want to put on my rifle, I think.
Yeah, I think that was the one you were planning on doing. And you can get those scopes in mill too, so they'll be available mill and MOA, and the dope charts will be set up for both. So no matter what you got, or again, if you have your own optic or something like that, either way, we'll get you squared away. So this is a new product. It's going to be a fun one, that's for sure.
Sorry, I looked over at Newsmax. The Biden admin has questionable China ties, and then it says China is sensing a weakness in America.
It's true. It's true. I'm going to show this off since I got it sitting here.
Yeah, what's that?
Charles, little 308 SBR.
Oh, it looks so gay when it's left-handed.
It does, but I mean that's because left-handed stuff is gay. So
Sorry, it's not that we have anything against it.
It is what it is.
Charles,
At least the Cerakote looks good.
Where's mine isn't painted yet, right?
Yeah, yours is painted. Your 308's painted.
Is it?
Yeah. The Rhodesian?
Yeah, you showed me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is that close?
Yeah.
Let me see that thing again.
Oh.
I'm excited for this. My first big caliber rifle. Oh yeah, that's right.
The Opie Rhodey.
The Opie Rhodey. Looks so good.
How'd you like those builder sets?
They look awesome.
They look way better in person.
We had a couple people eyeballing them in there. It's nice. Dude, Scott's store, man, it's insane how busy he is all the time. Just a little gun store out in Sweetwater, Tennessee, but it's, you know, how we are around here, man. He's in a great location as far as being surrounded by people that are potential customers, and Sweetwater itself is becoming this big tourist town.
Okay. Is he one of the only stores in town too?
Do what?
Is he one of the only stores in town too?
Only gun store within probably 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's a perfect location then.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's doing great, man. It's a lot of people are seeing the videos that we're pushing, and there was one, unfortunately, that just closed in that 20-minute radius. So, you know, we were talking about putting a Facebook ad up and just kind of picking the area that it gets pushed to is that area of which that old FFL used to be, and offer those people a free background check on their first transfer or gun purchase. You know,
that's a good idea.
You know, just try to get those, because it'd be worth it than just driving that 20 minutes or whatever for that alone. You ain't gonna spend that in gas, and normal fee would be $30. So he's giving up $30 to try to get your business. I think that's a pretty good gesture and going to work pretty well.
What's the fee that Tennessee charges for the background check?
$10 a background check is what we have to do. So
then people are paying you're paying that $10 whether you're buying the gun from that store or from somewhere else.
Yeah, correct.
Gotcha.
So reasonable is $30. You know, you make $20 on top of it to do the background check, and I've never heard of anybody being 20 unless it was somebody with a personal FFL, and I've never heard of anybody being really any more than usually like 40, 50, but there's some in town that are up to like 75. And there was one store a couple of years ago that was at 100, and they shut down almost immediately because everybody was like, fuck you.
Yeah, see, and that's where, I mean, I understand the side of it to where you want to charge more for a transfer fee because you're going to make money off of them buying it in your store. Like, I can understand that, but at the same time, like, you put it too high, people are going to stop buying from you. That's actually what happened. One of the gun stores here in town, their prices were high, their transfer fees were high, and another store opened up and put them out of business within a year.
Yep.
Because everybody started going there. And that's the other thing. For me, you know, I don't keep a whole lot of inventory here as far as firearms goes, because I'm not getting that walk-in traffic. You don't
need the inventory right now.
But if you're a walk-in store like that, a retail front, like you gotta have the guns on the shelf ready to sell. And they started carrying less and less and less, and they went out of business ultimately because of it. I mean, I think they were charging a $50 or $75 transfer fee.
And it does it. I mean, you know how long a background check takes. The customer itself does majority of the info. You put in very little info, or you do a phone call and you wait. You know, so you can actually get other things done in the meantime. And for you to charge somebody, even if they find a gun cheaper somewhere else, that means you're not doing your part, in my opinion. You know, like most of these main dealers, there's not like a platinum RSR. You know what I mean? So as long as you have a decent amount of volume, everybody has pretty much the same potential to sell these at the same thing. So for you to do that, and with how knowledgeable most people are these days, they know you're fucking them, and they're gonna be like, yeah, I'll take it somewhere else instantly. And
That's where, like, anytime I have somebody call and ask for a transfer, the first thing I ask is, what are you buying? Because if I can sell it to you for the same price, then I will.
yep.
The only time that I haven't been able to do that is like stuff that I can't get. So, like, I had a guy, he picked up a PSA, one of their jackals. I'm like, yep, I can't buy one of those.
Yep.
I'm not a dealer for them. So, yep, no problem. $20 transfer fee is what it is. There's another guy that was like, yeah, I'm looking at this. I found it for this price. And I'm like, well, I can't match that price, but I got it like within $20. So I was like, you're going to pay the same price because I'm going to charge you $20 transfer fee.
Yeah, right.
So,
yep. What's up, Alan? How you doing, buddy? Alan is signed up for the next pistol class. Woo-woo!
that's awesome. That's
By the
awesome.
way, guys, if you're local, we've just started our official training. So first pistol class on January 28th sold out, was awesome. And now we have the second pistol class in 2 weeks. It is sold out, it looks like. And then our night vision class in March is sold out as well.
When are you going to do your first rifle class?
Probably once we get back from your house. And then,
Okay.
well, let me rephrase that, because if we all go to NRA, probably after we get back from NRA.
You're going to NRA?
Well, we're considering it, yeah.
Where's it at?
It's in Indy.
If you're going, I'll be there. Is it in April?
How far are you from Indy?
2 hours.
Yeah, so we'll have to get Airbnb. But yeah, I think it's either early first week or second week of April.
Okay. I'm going to look it up real quick.
Yeah, look up NRA annual meeting. Rifle class, yes. So rifle class, we're going to try to put one on. It'll be, very, very focused on the fundamentals, just like the pistol is. Guys, we had great feedback from the first class. I actually have 2 people that are retaking the class, believe it or not. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, we really focus on grip, stance, trigger press, sight picture, all that stuff. Really try to put it in a way where it's easy to understand and to where you can take all this stuff home and make yourself a better shooter. Because, like I will tell you in class, I am not a special certified instructor or anything like that. I just maybe have some information that I can pass forward, and that's all I'm trying to do. So, Mr. Richard, another alumni in the house right there.
It's 14th to 16th for the NRA show. That's a Friday to Sunday. But I don't remember if it starts on Friday officially.
So yeah, we would get there Thursday, get our badges, all that stuff, get checked in.
Okay.
The show would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday being the last day, where that's like, where if you want to go get stuff, us-wise, influencer, content creator-wise, that's when we go around and start hitting up all the vendors because they usually don't want to mail shit back.
I'm supposed to work that weekend, but I'll see if I can request it off.
I'm one of the hard case repeat students. Dude, I was just telling him, I was like, man, that's awesome. I have 2, you and Cody are retaking the class. So that's pretty amazing that you guys want to take the class again. That makes me think you like it. So
I also want to make sure that you have at least one rifle on hand for the rifle class in case something goes wrong, somebody needs one. Or the other part of it is that if there's somebody that says, hey, I want to take the rifle course because I'm considering purchasing an AR, but I'm not too familiar with it, I want to take a class, then you've got something there that they can use.
Yep.
Let them use it for the weekend, at no cost to them. Or I guess you can charge, it's your class, you can charge if you want to, but I just want to have a rifle that is set up and ready to go for any student to use as needed.
Yep. My goal would be, especially with the night vision, eventually having 10 Liberty Bell rifles that can be rented out, all kitted out, lasers, optics, mounts, and they're all a little different. So you have basically 10 different lengths, laser setups, optic setups, switch setups. That way you have a variety of stuff to try to kind of figure out what works best for you.
Yep, we can do that. We can make that happen. No problem.
Richard, I'm planning on taking the rifle class as well. I can bring an extra rifle if needed. That's awesome, man. And then for example, for the night vision class, we have actually set ourselves up pretty well to where we have a decent amount of rental suppressors. So, as of right now, I'm able to, I think between me and Jay, I think we can outfit 6 people with a suppressor if they don't have one in class. So we
Nice.
we each have a Sandman. You got the Hux.
Yep.
We each got a Baja.
Yep.
You now have the Lahar. So
Yep.
that's 6 right there. And then I also have the Po' Boy, the AAC, and the Sylvan Arms. So technically, we have 9 suppressors that we could outfit 5.56 rifles with.
Yep. And we can always get more too. And I've got the it hasn't shipped yet, but I've got the burn proof gear wraps for its Sandman and the Flow on the way.
Which, if you saw my Sandman, actually, I think it's over here. It's pretty brutal. I actually set it on some plastic.
Oh, really?
Those damn barrels, man.
Kind of like what happened to my my Flow.
Yeah. So where's it at here? It's on the bottom. That's all melted plastic.
That's awesome. Well, that's mine was at that green picnic table at the Boonville shoot. It has that rubber around it, and so I have a stamp of green on the Flow can. I don't know actually. That's in the safe. I don't have that here. I was going to get that out.
The punch card. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do something cool like that because I think that would be legit. So it's so new that I'm trying to work kind of through the kinks of the curriculum and stuff first right now. Which honestly, the first pistol class ran very, very smooth. I think the rifle class, I'm gonna have a little bit more kinks to work out. The night vision class, especially, while I have a pretty good idea of how I'm going to run it, that is totally a not going to know how it goes until it's going type of situation. So, going to learn really quick. Luckily, I have a bunch of good homies that are helping me out with this. So I've got several ROs and just good people here to be able to keep things safe and our liability and risk very low because that's one thing I don't want to throw a fucking gun in your hand and a fucking $1,000 suppressor and $10,000 night vision on you if we get to that point where we're renting that stuff out and then I tell you to walk 3 steps and you fucking fall on your face and you break everything. So, that's I think a couple things we need to try to avoid. But yeah, punch card maybe or something.
For sure.
If you guys haven't, the Sandman is a great can. I have mine with the 30 cal end cap. Jay has a 5.56 end cap, which put a piece of tape on that when you send it to remind me.
I'm gonna throw a 30 cal end cap before I send it to you. This is actually Zach's, but he's fine.
Gotcha. That's Zach's end cap?
It's Zach's suppressor.
Oh, he's got one? He's waiting on?
Yeah.
What's he got?
This one in my hand.
Oh, but don't you have one as well?
No, this is his. He bought it.
Oh, you're sending me Zach's.
He just doesn't own it yet. We're gonna break it before we send it to him.
It's only fair since he broke mine.
It's only fair. He broke yours, so we're gonna break his.
You guys didn't know, poor Zach, our ratchet system on this thing. So if you hear that was broke. And Jay got it to tighten down, but he shot a mag through it and then forgot to tighten it down at our event and then handed it to poor Zach. And Zach shot one shot and that suppressor went off
I think
30 feet.
I think it was the second or third round. It flew like 40 yards.
And dead air sent it back and everything was replaced. It must have struck every single side, baffle, and wall.
The paperwork said multiple baffle strikes.
Do I sell these shirts? Actually, that is something I am working on as well. If you guys like it, the Tactical Office series, I'm trying to find a way to make them on black shirts because while I like the gray, I would much rather get these on black and darker colors. That is a little bit harder with the sublimation, but we are working through that right now. So
Here's I got the flow. See that right there?
Is that plastic?
It's like a plastic rubber, like it's green though. So it's stuck on there. I was like, you know what? Screw it. Like it gives it some class.
So the break I'm getting from Dakota is what I will use for that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They're kind of goofy looking because you see how like wide the diameter is on that. You know, it's not like a standard thread, so it's a little bit goofy looking, but it works. I mean,
right.
So
have them take an IQ test first. Oh man. Well, we actually have went almost an hour and a half, so I think that's a pretty good show, guys. We've had over 10 people watching the entire time, so I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. I know we always talk about doing this more often, but Jay, let's do this more often.
Yeah, I was gonna say we always plan on more often, and then I mean, between all the work going on here, and now I mean, gosh, with the kids in, we got both kids in sports now, and I don't know if anybody has kids that wrestle, but wrestling meets is not like 30 minutes long. Like every wrestling meet has been over 2 hours. So like we're not getting home until 9 o'clock most nights. So it's like, holy shit, like 2-3 nights a week is not walking in the door until 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's pretty late to get any kind of motivation to get anything done.
Yeah, haven't had dinner yet. Haven't even been home from work yet. Like, it happens. They're kids, man. That's what I'm here for.
And we like to play Warzone too.
Yep. We like to do that. Haven't done that a whole lot lately, but
shout out from the boys in Phoenix. Made in Anarchy was here. Jack, Donald, appreciate you guys. Everybody else, thank you so much. Alan, I'll be seeing you soon at class along with Richard. Guys, if you haven't already, please go follow my homie Jay at Liberty Bell Firearms. Use code OPIE to save you a bunch of money on Cerakote, as well as 5% site-wide. So
yeah, that's quite literally everything.
So
I mean, Glocks, handguns, rifles, optics. I mean, there's so much stuff on the website that's like I find stuff. I'm like, oh, we carry those? Didn't even know that. Like
anything you can think of that your heart desires, check shop.libertybellfirearms.com, guys. It may be there. If not, shoot Jay or me a message. Let's see if we can find it for you cheaper. We are all about helping you guys. We have unfortunately spent the expensive money on stupid stuff and then turned around and found it cheaper. So we know how that feels. Let us try to help you guys out. At least spend our time trying to help you. So that's what we're here for. All about community with us, and seems like we need to get this community a little bit closer together because looks like we're going to be spending a lot of time together, maybe out in the woods soon, guys.
Yeah. So, remember this, guys, that when I want to drive home, when I say everything, I mean literally everything. Like when the Revolution launches at the $1,200 price point, you're going to get 5% off of that. You're going to get $60 off of that.
That's $60 off that rifle right there.
That almost covers your first 100 rounds of ammo.
Boom.
And you also, with that same promo code, as long as you make sure you put it on your order form, because people forget to put it on their order form and you don't get the discount. If I don't know that you need the discount, you get 20% off Cerakote with that promo code OPIE. Just write that your order form, go to the website, go to the Cerakote order form page, and write that promo code in. There's a line on the order form for promo or discount code. Just write OPIE in there, and you'll get your 20% off whenever you get your bill at the end of it. So 20% off Cerakote, 5% off the entire website. So
he's a wizard, guys. We were out at the range today with Mike, and Mike just got his roadie set.
Yep.
And Mike was out there.
What you think about those color combos?
It was actually pretty sweet. that light green was different at first, but it like really blended in once you were outside with it. It's pretty nice.
That's just OD green. That's just a straight up OD green.
Darker green makes it look like almost like a, I don't even know how to describe it, but it makes it look almost like a creamy light green.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. But always a wizard, man. I can't wait to get the 308 done and get that thing in my hands. That will be that. Plus, I have one of those builder sets I need to do as well. So,
yep,
those mixed in with my other orange rifles, man. I got a pretty decent set of some Opie Smoky Liberty Bell goodness over here. So,
yeah. And you know what's cool though is like that one you just held up. That was kind of like the Gen 1 of this Opie design. Like
yeah.
they're very, very similar, but I took lessons learned from that and applied it into this newer pattern. So it's similar, but not quite the same.
So you guys, that your eyes aren't deceiving you. That is orange, just very lightly laid into that camo. Jay did exactly what I was looking for. This one was just a hint of orange, whereas a lot of the newer stuff we're doing a lot more orange in it because I just can't help myself. But yeah, it's, you know, I figured if shit hits the fan, I got a bunch of black spray paint.
Yep, exactly.
Like, keep it cool while I can, because I may not be able to keep it cool anymore. We got to appreciate Jay's artistic ability over here. So
always, man. That's
sweet. Love the way my Zenith turned out in the pictures, man. Excited to get it in my hands. I'm craving some cookies. oh, he's the one that, yeah, I saw that motherfucker. Woo.
Yep, the only thing I got to do is he wants the mags done, so I just got to get the mags coated and then ship it off.
You're doing the mags and the chocolate chip too?
Yep.
Oh,
and Vinny is buying one of the Opie sets too, so that'll get turned into a 13.7 here about middle of this month. So
hell yes, Vinny.
We only got 6 of those Opie sets left, so we're running low on them. So
yep. So if you guys want to know what we're talking about, interested, Jay's got some posts, a few posts back. Also, if you go to our buddy carolsfirearms.com or Carol's.firearms on Instagram, he has a video recently posted with the new receiver set, and he has one for sale in his store in Sweetwater, Tennessee. So some opportunities to get one, only 10 being made. And these are the last of the red beard blowers. So the red beard blowers are the Liberty Bell receivers, but they are modified and collaborative effort with me to do the beard logo. And they say calm, fired up, or redheaded stepchild as your fire selector. So it's a very unique receiver set. Only 48 were made of those. And these are the very last 10 being done in the special cam Volflage design that me and Jay have come up with. So we're all about heritage here in Knoxville. So the volunteers, baby, cam Volflage for the win. 6 sets left if you guys are interested. So.
Yep, and those are on the website too. And I mean, your promo code, just might work on that stuff.
Use that code Opie, guys. Don't forget. All right, Jay, any closing words?
Let freedom ring.
That's right, baby. Stay alert, stay alive, and let Chinese spies die, baby. Love y'all.
See ya.